Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. Today's video is an online video lesson that I did for my student Jake. And this is a pretty cool way to be able to work with people. I mean, you know, it's not always that easy to be able to come out and see me, although people have flown in from other countries to take lessons with me, which are fantastic. And of course I have the next MSE Intensive on the West Coast here in Pasadena, June 22nd and 23rd. It's a full weekend, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then July 6th, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida, and that's a one-day intensive where we'll work all day long. And last year was so much fun. So at any rate, this lesson with Jake, it's kind of cool. You know, oh, I want to say real quick, one of my fine subscribers did a breakdown of my new instructional video, and I have a table of contents so people can kind of know where everything is in the video. It's like 80 lessons, and he did timestamps for everything, so this is it. I hope that this helps you guys out. But it's really cool to have the MSE golf system completed, because it's like I can look at a golfer's swing and, you know, like for Jake, I prescribed him lessons from the video that he can watch and he can practice them. So that's kind of cool. And this week, the tour's at Colonial Country Club. Yes, I got to visit Colonial when I was making my film, Mr. Hogan. And oh my gosh, I've got something really exciting I'm going to tell you guys about in the very near future that has to do with that. But yeah, this week is in Fort Worth, Texas. I wish I was out there right now. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. But take a look at this online video lesson with Jake. I think that the lessons that I'm talking to him about are very, very useful for quite a lot of golfers. So some of this material might apply to you. I hope it does, and I hope it helps you hit them long and hit them straight. All right, that is a pretty good looking swing right there. Looks like you're hitting it great. Okay, let's take a look at a couple from the front. Okay, so Jake, the first thing I'm going to talk about is I feel like we can create a little bit more leverage if we keep the club in front of you. Okay, and what I'm going to talk about first is your shoulders. We're going to see it looks like you're taking the club back a little bit behind you. See how quickly your right elbow, your rear elbow disappears from the front view. We want to keep that right elbow higher, just a fraction longer. By pulling it around your body this soon, what it does is it makes your shoulders more level or flatter to the ground. Okay, we want to have a little bit steeper shoulders. Okay, because what happens in transition is, in order to create a little bit more leverage, what we're going to do is now we're going to steepen the shoulders, and you're going to become, you know, you're going to swing down more down and through. So it would be a little bit easier if we go ahead and keep our shoulders a little bit more steep on the takeaway. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is this one-piece takeaway drill, which I think is definitely going to help. One of the best ways to work on this is I'll put the butt of the club right into my belly button, and then I'll take a grip on the shaft just like I was going to hit the golf ball. Now I'm going to turn my shoulders, my core, and my hips together at the same time as my weight moves into my rear foot. I can take the club to about 8 o'clock, and that's where my one-piece takeaway ends. And this is the beginning of a great golf swing. So you can put this club right in your belly button and practice your one-piece takeaway. Pressure into this heel, not this way. We're going to coil around this leg. Take the club to about 8 o'clock, and then we hinge. There's your one-piece takeaway. But here, once again, we can see that your shoulders and your arms are rather on a flat plane. So we want to get that a little bit steeper to begin with, so you don't have to reroute the club so much. And here through impact, we can see that we're standing pretty tall, legs are straightening. We want to have more of that pitch forward at the hips and bend in the knees. But you have great balance. So, I mean, a lot of the things that are very difficult for people, you have them working in your favor, which is really, really good. So let's take a look at this swing, which I was, thankful that you were able to send this to me. This is a pretty good looking swing down the line. Once again, great impact position, at least in terms of your rotation. And we've already talked about it, getting more flexion in your knees and hips. So what I wanted to do was compare you to one of my favorite guys who is, for his size, pound for pound, he's the best driver in the world, and that's Rory McIlroy. Let's go ahead and compare these. How cool is this? So we can see that Rory has, an inch is a mile in the game of golf. You can see he has a little more flex in his knees. He has a little more forward bend at the waist, but where we're really going to see it was when it counts is on the downswing. So he's got the club a little bit more out in front of him. Right elbow is staying higher. Now right here is where his shoulders are going to be a little bit more steep than yours are. He's still got the right elbow higher than the left. Yours is a little bit behind. Here we go. And so we can see that he's got his club pointed nicely down the target line. Now, you'll also notice he has a little bit of flex in his right knee and a lot more flex in his left leg, and he's got that forward bend at the waist. So we got to push our bottom out. We got to stick our rear end farther out, like we were going to sit down onto a bar stool. Now watch this transition as Rory's going to increase his hip flexion as he goes down. So see that? Watch Rory drop. He's actually going to flex his knees more, and he's going to flex more at the hips while leaving the club behind him. So the arms and the club are coming along for the ride here in Rory's golf swing. So in this picture in particular, we can see that Rory's got a lot more knee flex and a lot more hip flexion. Now he's in a great position to turn. So he's moved his hips much farther forward. And we need to get your lower body working more towards the target. And that's going to get you in a much more powerful position to deliver the club. There we go. It looks like you hit that one all right, but there's a lot more power and speed we're going to be able to create with these better setup angles with your hips and your knees. And so we're going to move to another couple lessons from the My Swing Evolution golf system here that are going to definitely help you out. We're going to talk about the swing centers and how you have to get your lower body swing center forward. And thank you so much for your patience. I really hope this helps you out, and I really think you have a tremendous potential with your golf swing. Hit them long and hit them straight. Hello and welcome to the My Swing Evolution golf system. My name is Christo Garcia, the founder of My Swing Evolution. After millions of golfers watched me rebuild my golf swing on YouTube, I wanted to create this system to pass along the most important lessons that I learned along my journey. When I finally decided to rebuild my golf swing, I found it really confusing because of the amount of information that's out there on the web, in the magazines, and on TV. But I was able to figure out a common sense approach to rebuild my golf swing. It worked for me, it works for my students, and I'm convinced it'll work for you as well. So let's get started.